Rather charming 1964 Austin A35 van. It's a 1098cc, so it's a 1.1 litre, 1.1 petrol engine, this one, on the manual gearbox. Very charming, these little cars, especially the vans, got quite a good little following. Bodyweight wise, we're going to start off at the bonnet, work our way around onto the interior. I'll give it a little bit of choke on a cold engine start and we'll fire it into life. Been here a couple of days and I have to say it always starts on the button, this one, which is lovely. So bodyweight wise, we're going to start with the bonnet. With it being a commercial, they do get away with it. It's obviously had an older restoration at some point in its life. You come at the bonnet itself, it's a bit flat in places and we have got some little bit of bubbling underneath the paint. It's sort of moisture, it's not rust or anything like that, it's just a little bit of micro blistering underneath the paint, and as you can see, bonnet is a little bit faded in places. Underneath the windscreen's lovely and tidy on both sides, and across the seam at the front of the scuttle there, we've got some paint flake, no corrosion, lovely and solid all the way around. You can see the paint flake there and that little bit of bubbling moisture in the paint. Around the windscreen, nice and tidy. We'll do the roof while we're on, all nice and straight across the roof, but again, we have got this little bit of bubbling in the paint and a little bit of paint flake towards the vent there. But again, with it being commercial, you do get away with it like that. It's got a certain charm to it, that's for sure. I'll just shut this door properly. All nice and tidy as we come down the right hand side against where the bonnet meets the sort of inner and outer wings there. You'll see we've got some flake up the chrome trim there on both sides, some paint flake, which you can see on both sides. Coming down the left hand side, the headlights are lovely and clear. Underneath the headlights, no corrosion, lovely and tidy all the way around the grille. And onto the right hand side, you'll see we've got a little bit of bubbling underneath the headlight on the right hand side. The left hand side's nice and clean and tidy all the way around, apart from some paint flake with a little bit down the bottom corner there of the wing. Bumper's presentable, a little bit of pitting to the chrome work, grille's nice and straight. It's the matched colours with the hubcaps on steels all the way around. And a little bit of bubbling at the front of that driver's arch as you come around the arch, all nice and presentable. A few little blebs here and there. Nice and tidy down the rest of the wing with a little bit of paint lift on the body line there. Like I say, you've got the chrome Austin hubcaps with the painted cream steels. Across the lower half of the sill section on the right hand side, we've got a little bit of bubbling towards the front of the seam there. As you come up the door, no rust on the bottom of the door that you can see. Maybe a few little bits towards the back, but nice and tidy up the rest of the door. Again, a little bit of bubbling in the paintwork itself on the whole sort of paintwork. Around the hinges look to be okay. Moving backwards onto the van panel and rear arch. A few little marks, a few little stone chips down the bottom edge here behind the right hand side door, and around the arch nice and tidy there. A few little bubbles here and there, and a little bit of paint flake across the body line there on the actual van section, and some more around the chrome trim between the lower and top half there. Coming round onto the right hand side rear, again very, very charming this one. All the lights are nice and clear, the back door's all good. Around the window, and again a little bit of paint cracking and some flaking around the window seal. Down the back edge of the door's all okay. A few little bits of paint flake across the lower half, but no big lumps of corrosion or anything nasty there. And again, some more paint lift around the body lines, which you can't see there. Rear bumper's nice and tidy. No heavy pitting at all to the rear bumper, no nasty dings or dents. Again, left hand side, all the lights are lovely and clear on the back of this little A35 van. Coming round and down onto the left hand side, again the van panel side of it, nice and tidy, but we have got this bubbling in the paint there underneath, and again a little bit of paint left here and there across the body lines and around the chrome trim. Around the arch itself, again no heavy lumps of corrosion. Towards the back edge there, a little bit on the bottom that's been touched in, a few little bits towards the rear of the left hand side. And across the sill section, a little bit of paint lift and some cracking towards the rear of the left hand side, working forward again a little bit on the front wing and a little bit of coming through just on the seam of the sill there. Nice and tidy up the door, apart from a few little stone chips. A little bit of a sink mark here in the paint on the door itself. But overall, like I say, with it being a commercial, they do get away with this sort of patina. A few little bubbles on the front and wheel arch on the left hand side as well. Sits lovely and level down both sides. Onto the interior. Door card itself, we have got a bit of flake off the vinyl there, but apart from that, looks to be okay. No major rips or tears. It's sort of the top half there, where it's been painted at some point and it's flaking off. The seats themselves, nice and original, nice and soft when you sit on them as well. They're not going to crack. We've got some wear to the piping there and a few little stone chips, a few little burns here and there to the seat itself. Steering wheel's nice and original as well. Across the painted dashboard, all good. Dial's lovely and clear, no cracks at all to that. Headlining nice and clean in the cab side, just a little bit hanging down there towards the rear interior light. Onto the rear door now, nice and light on the door. Really nice and tidy in here with the carpet. All painted correctly, no big dings or dents. Nice and tidy with the lower shelf as well. Very, very usable, this one. Back door inside's nice and clean as well. Onto the left-hand side front, and again, door card. Nice and tidy, obviously it's been painted, but it hasn't started to flake off anywhere. All nice and tidy inside the checks there as well. The passenger seat showing a little bit less wear, no rips or tears at all. And again, nice and soft when you sit on it, it's not going to tear. It's not dry or anything like that. Onto the bonnet now, bit of dodgy camera work when I open the bonnet. It's a two-handed job, this one. Apologies about the camera work there, but I just want to get it open. There we go, all nice and tidy inside there. When I fire it into life, it will have a little bit of choke on because it's cold to start up. So, ignition on, a little bit of choke on, a little pump of the throttle, and away she goes. No complaints how that fires up on cold start up. Like I say, I've got about the choke pulled out about a quarter of the way, pump the throttle and away she goes. And there you have a charming Austin A35 van in blue with the painted steels matching the grille and the chrome hubcaps.